Welcome to another Discussing Fitchburg Now show, brought to you by Fitchburg Access Television and shot in the Workers Credit Union studios right here at FATV in Fitchburg. This week's show is jam-packed and full of all kinds of fun stuff, mostly all kinds of fun stuff that's happening Saturday, July 16th. We have the founders of the Plastic City ComicCon here to talk about everything that's going on at the Plastic City ComicCon, which is happening at the Wallace Civic Center. And then we also have the founders of NoWoCo Pride, the Pride Week 2022, which is also happening on Saturday, July 16th at Fitchburg's Riverfront Park. And then we'll be talking with Kenesha Coy about an anti-boredom initiative that's happening at Leominster City Hall in collaboration with the Spanish American Center, all kinds of stuff. So make sure you stick around and watch it. But up now, I have Keith and Amy Gleason, the founders of the Plastic City ComicCon. Now, when it's hard to say how many years, because there was those 2 years that we must not talk about.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, the 2 years mess everything up.
But what is this? What are you calling it? An annual?
Is this the fifth?
I'd say it's the fifth.
It's the fifth. So this is our fifth annual.
Fifth annual.
Yes, fifth annual.
I like it. I like it. And so the Plastic City ComicCon for the past few years have been at the Wallace Civic Center.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, we started in Leominster at the Veterans Center, right?
Yep.
It was at the Veterans Center.
Yep.
And quickly realized that you grew out of that.
Yeah,
Yes, we did very
we went,
quickly.
that was like 40 or 35 to 40 tables or something
Yep, all
like
jammed
that.
into the
That
Veterans
tiny
Center,
Veterans
upstairs and downstairs.
And we really underestimated the popularity of Comic-Cons because, I mean, that show was crazy.
Oh,
People
yeah,
still
first
talk
show was
about
crazy.
it
They
now.
do still talk about it, so that's why.
It was like a little blip on the radar.
Yeah,
that
we need to remind people though, it's in Fitchburg at the Civic Center because they still have it in their mind, like, oh yeah, it was at the Veterans Center. Like, yeah, it was.
Yeah,
But
like
it's been
5
at
years
the,
ago.
Yeah, but it's been at the Wallace Civic Center for 4 years, so.
I would love to do a small show like that, but I don't think people want these bigger, venues now, for shows. It's hard to do a small show like that,
It is,
nowadays,
Yeah, well, you got to balance. You got to balance it because it's nice having that intimacy, but then again, you go in there and you have to wait in a line.
Yeah, and I think
Right.
too we did free admission that year, so
Oh, yeah.
I think it was just to it was also to let people know about it. We thought some people will show up, but it was like the whole city.
Yeah, it was nuts.
It was
yeah,
crazy,
it was It was good.
But yeah, now it's grown to this monster size, which is great, and the Wallace Civic Center is perfect for it, so.
Yeah. Well, let's throw. Can we throw up, Travis, the picture on the big screen so everyone can see what we're talking about, where it is, and what time, and what's the date. So the Plastic City ComicCon, Saturday, July 16th. The admission is $10.
Yes. Yep.
And kids 12 and under are free with that. You get free parking at the Civic Center, and the hours are between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m.
Yeah, definitely. And we're still we're like a big convention, but we're still probably the cheapest around, I think.
Yeah, in this
$10
area.
is more than reasonable.
Yeah, definitely. It used to be $5, and it's we've had to go up a little bit. Our costs have gone, a little bit up and everything, and state
Inflation,
of the world and
yeah.
everything. But we're still trying to hold the free kids to 12 and under free, and free parking. The parking over there is amazing. There's tons of spaces. So yeah, we'll never charge for that kind of stuff if we can help it, and it's good to just be back.
It's so good to be
After
back.
2 years.
Yeah.
It's good to see
funny
you back.
It
we were set to go last year. We had set a date, it was going to be around this time, and then it got to May, and we were still following the governor's guidelines, and nothing was open. So we're like, we better cancel. So we canceled it, and then I think literally 3 weeks later they opened up the state, and it was just
Yeah.
Yeah.
if we just waited,
Everyone understands these years have been.
I don't think people were still ready at that point, though. So now, though, we've been to a few shows, in April and May and stuff, and the crowds are big, and people are wanting to come back and like
They want to get out of their house.
They want to be out and
Yeah.
they want to do stuff. So like I think this time is right. So I'm hoping for a big crowd. You know, I didn't know that other thing was happening on July
know.
16th. The what was it? The Pride.
NoWoCo Pride.
NoWoCo.
Yeah. There's always something
There's
happening
something,
here
I know.
in Fitchburg.
But
we
you know,
have like some
it's
good
not
crossover.
that far from the riverfront.
yeah, well, you could do both.
They
Yeah.
could do both.
Oh, yeah.
Like
They're
hit up
both all-day
Pride.
events,
They're
too.
both all day. So hit up
That's true. Yeah.
NoWoCo Pride and then come over to the Civic Center.
There's a lot of crossover potential there.
Yeah, there
There
is.
is. We do. We got a lot of LGBT.
So at the Plastic City
people.
ComicCon, it's there is a lot of comic books, but it's way more than comic books.
Yes.
Yeah. We have. There is a ton of comic books. I'd say probably about. What would you say that the percentage to other things? Maybe 65%.
Maybe like 60, yeah. Yeah,
60%.
probably
Oh,
like
60% of the vendors are comic book sales?
Comic books
well,
and
artists,
creators
writers,
and
creators,
writers.
and resellers.
Like, this is art.
Yes,
Yes.
this
Not
would
comics.
be, we would,
So,
Yeah.
so
we
this
would
is like a
classify them
local
like that.
artist
Yeah.
that came to the show and sells his prints and does commissions for people. And we get a lot of people like that come and sign up to be part of the show. And
Well, do you categorize them as like we put them under the comic book umbrella?
yeah,
Because they're comic
definitely.
artists.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah, so when we say 60%, it is people like that too.
Yeah, part of that. And then there's a lot of retailers selling regular comics like Marvel, DC, Image.
And like
all that kind of-
used comics.
Used comics, some new, comic art, and all that kind of stuff. Prints,
Books.
posters, books. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd say the other 30 to 40% is probably like authors. We get a lot of writers that come, like the novelists and things like that. We got crafters, like crafts and.
Yep, a lot of like really fun sort of collectibles. I don't know if she got back to us yet. There was someone at the summer stroll we were trying to get to come and have a table. She had the most adorable like hair ribbons for kids.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
like pop culture stuff. So you have like Peppa Pig and Dora the Explorer.
Oh, yeah,
and-
that's right up the alley.
Right. So there'll be something, and Marvel and DC ribbons, so it's for hair, and so things like that. And then you have a lot of crafters that will make, handbags or keychains or things like that, like for the fans that you can't find in stores. 'Cause
Yeah,
these are
right,
all like
like
one-of-a-kind,
handmade stuff.
handmade goods.
Yeah.
Which
You might only be able to get at a craft fair, but
Right,
some of
right.
them come to our show to do, to set up. And it's funny, this area that you're showing on the
Oh, right at the-
image-
at the top, at
so
the
the top
entrance?
here, we're trying something new this year. We're trying to we fit about, let me see, maybe about
10
20,
vendors?
20 to 5, no, yeah, about 20 vendors up there.
Oh, wow.
So we're thinking this year we tried to make all the 20 vendors like kid-friendly things.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So everybody up there will probably be selling something kid-friendly or kid-related.
so
Good
it-
idea to put them together.
The
Yeah, I
whole
think
show
so.
is family friendly. So it's a family friendly show for all ages. So when we say like kid friendly, it's more like the real kid stuff.
Yeah, the little kid.
The little kid stuff,
the
yeah.
Peppa Pig stuff.
Yeah, the Peppa
yeah,
Pig stuff.
Yeah, things like that, or vendors that create art just for like kids and things
Yep.
like that. So we thought that would be, because we went to an event a couple weeks ago called ComicCon,
Kids
and it's just
Con.
all
Yeah.
That's
kids.
cute.
Yeah, it's all kids stuff, and people that sell kids friendly things, and so. We thought if we made like a little section like that, it would be perfect. We were gonna have in the past we've had people do like little workshops and stuff for kids, but we couldn't get them to come to this show this year, so we just figured we'd do just kid-friendly kind of vendors up in that area.
Yeah, I
Kind
know.
of make it like a theme area,
Oh, yeah. When I went a couple of years ago, when my daughter was littler, I bought all kinds of like stuff, books. Like, oh, is this a funny, weird comic book? Oh, my daughter was like
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, it's this little guy. Oh, yeah, she'll like this. Look at
Yeah,
that.
right.
Yeah.
Trying different things. That's what's good about the low admission, though. You come in and you're not out all your money right away.
just
Like
to
if you
have
go
some
to a
money,
show in
yeah.
Boston, it's going to cost you $50 just to go in the door, which is nuts to me. But they also have like high-end celebrities that they got to pay to be there, you know.
Yeah,
So
they got to pay a lot more for the
they do,
center.
you know.
Yeah.
So,
But we had the Batmobile.
yeah, we
did,
did.
yeah.
That was like our second year, I believe. And then we had so much requests for tables that we had to not do the vehicles anymore. 'Cause, it's like crazy.
Good problem.
It's a good problem to have. And the only thing I wish that the Wallace would do, you can see like someone being rolled in on the wheelchair. They don't have good handicap capable areas.
Like it's not super accessible.
That's the one thing that they need
The
to. I wish they
downstairs,
could fix. You know.
Oh, you would think it would be right. I think
Well,
it's like right at
we have to
grade.
make
You
them
would-
come to the back of the building, unfortunately,
That's
instead of
the main
having an
entrance.
elevator. That's the only thing I don't like about the.
Oh yeah,
the,
there's just
the
stairs
Wallace.
at the front,
The stairs,
Yeah.
and then there's no elevator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had kind of put a little when the mayor had come to the show the 2 years ago. I said, hey, yeah, if you can grease
We
some
can get a
wheels, you
Bucket
know.
is here, yeah.
Maybe Fitchburg State
Yeah.
University could get a grant for
Yeah,
handicap
that would be
accessibility.
awesome,
That
you
would be
know?
lovely.
I mean, that'd be nice. I mean, the whole building could use like a little bit of
Yeah.
a makeover.
Well-
It's a nice facility. It just needs a little care, I think. You
I've
know?
noticed lately on
Not to bag on the facility or anything.
on
but-
Facebook, people have been posting about all the concerts they used to have.
Oh, yeah,
remember?
yeah.
So one of the things I like about having our convention at the Civic Center is like we're doing something there that's not hockey. And I love hockey. I used to play hockey.
Yeah.
But you know, in the summertime, anybody from this area, they used to have home shows, boat shows, like concerts, and all of that stuff, which kind of have fallen to the wayside. They don't do them anymore.
Right.
So having us there, I think, is good. And I know that roller derby is there too in
Yeah.
the summer. So like, hopefully, maybe people will start doing more things and more events in the Civic Center in the summer, which would go to give some money maybe to rehabilitate it a little bit. You
I
never
love
know.
it.
Yeah.
I love where you're going.
Right?
And we have some
Yes.
famous artists
Yeah.
coming to the Plastic City
Yep.
ComicCon,
So
right?
we do have celebrities.
Yeah, we have
In
celebrities.
the comic circles.
Comic celebrities.
So this, so he drew the art for Spider-Man Venom.
Yeah. He's back there in the early days when
Yep.
Venom and Spider-Man weren't they were popular, but they're not like now, you know, like where
He's
there's
done
a
the
household
most
name.
#1 issues of Spider-Man.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got
okay.
that
More
record.
than any other Marvel artist. So that's
And he
Joe.
worked on a lot of the early Venom stuff too, which is great. So he's a fan favorite in the area overall.
Yeah.
He's at a lot of shows, and
You've had him before.
I've had him before. Yeah, I'm good friends with Joe actually.
Yeah.
You know, and then Paul's a new one to the show. Paul's worked on everything, every character you could ever think of. I couldn't even fit all his credits in there, but mostly Superman recently. But he's up in Maine. He's an artist up in Maine, and he does a few shows in the area, but he hasn't been to ours yet. So he's going to come down. So
Fantastic.
yeah, so that's a big one to get. You probably could go find any back issue that might have his art in it, you know.
Yeah.
He's done so much stuff. Mostly, I think he had a huge run with Aquaman and then most recently Superman, but he's worked on other things too, so.
Something else kind of cool about our show, where you can see people like this, is if you have books to sign, you can go and get them signed, and you're not going to have a huge line.
Yeah.
Like, because if you go to some of the bigger city shows, you can bring books and have them signed.
And
but
stand there for an hour.
You stand there for an
Yeah.
hour waiting for your book to get signed. And here at Plastic City, there might be, 1 or 2 people in front of you, maybe, but there's not going to be an endless line, which is also nice. You can get your book signed by the artist.
So there's a local wrestling company called Lucky Pro Wrestling.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
been doing
Yep.
our show
These
for...
are these are the ones that are coming to Civic Days, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah, and they always tend to bring like a wrestler with them every year, and they're bringing Just Incredible. Like I don't know the wrestling world that much, but I'm told he's a pretty big deal. So
I like his name.
yeah, I know
It's
the
fun,
name's
Justin
great.
I met a wrestler. I don't remember his name. A couple years ago at the.
Oh, Tony Atlas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
He was a big guy.
Yeah.
And I had met one of the women that was one of the first comic book artist that
yes,
was a woman?
Barbara. Yeah,
Barbara.
Barbara. Yeah.
Barbara, yeah, I chatted with her.
Yeah, she was cool. She's a nice lady.
Yep.
But yeah, we have.
We have Wrestling Guy.
We have Wrestling Guy.
Wrestling
That's
Guy.
always
Incredible.
popular.
That's a good
and,
name.
Yeah,
Just
isn't that great?
incredible.
And then this is my publisher, Pete Cimetti, who has a small company called Alterna Comics that I have a comic book with them, and they're pretty small, good publisher that has word of mouth, and they have a lot of books in stores across the country and a lot of fans online. So he doesn't do shows really all that often. So this is the only show that he's actually coming. He's kind of doing it as a favor to me.
Nice.
And he's coming to the show, but he's also bringing a bunch of the creators of different books at the company. So it's going to be kind of like an Alterna kind of like gathering, I guess, So I'll probably be hanging out at this table most of the day if you need to
So
find
if we
me.
want to chat with Keith, go
I'll
to
be
the
around.
Alterna
But
table.
when I settle down, I'll probably be at this table. I have a couple of the creators that come in flying in from California. One of them's flying in from Utah. So these are all the guys that are going to be at the table, and they all have different books, So that's going to be awesome.
These are the comic book like series.
Yes, yeah,
Like you have multiple comic books of the mighty mascots.
Exactly,
Okay,
yeah. And
yep.
then all these other guys have other books from this company. So it's going to be cool. They'll be signing a lot, and the books are reasonably priced.
Are they like comic books or are they like graphic novels?
Comic books. There's some graphic novels, but they're mostly just the collected version of the single issues.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
It's
so that'll be good. So this is going to be cool. To have all these guys, and some of these guys I've never met, but I've only talked to online. So it's gonna be cool to see all of them.
Pretty awesome people flying in from all
Yeah.
around to come
Yeah,
to
right?
Fitchburg's
To
Plastic
come
City
to
ComicCon.
Fitchburg, right?
Yep.
Love
Flying
it.
from California to
And
come to.
some of these guys have a good resume too. Like Dave, he worked on The Simpsons and
Yeah. Dave
so
We
does.
have Teenage Mutant Ninja
Oh,
Turtles.
Yeah,
them
Jim
coming.
Lawson is
Yep, Jim
another first
Lawson.
time coming to our show. Yeah, he worked on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics. Part of the whole Mirage Studio crew who created
Okay.
Teenage
bring your
Mutant Ninja
turtle stuff and have
He
him
created
sign it.
if you guys know your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mythos, he created the Rat King character, which is one of the villains. So yeah, it's cool to have him. And we have another artist from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming as well.
Cool.
Michael Dooney. So yes, cool. So bring those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics and
Get them signed.
Yeah, these guys are great. Very nice guys too. So first time making their appearance here. So and
So
we
make
got-
sure that we come and we give them the local
Yeah.
welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
We also got first time making an appearance, Will Murray, who is the co-creator of Squirrel Girl. I don't know if you heard of
Squirrel
that
Girl.
character. It's just like one of those characters that's popular right now for some reason, just because it's a weird character.
She's a fun character.
She is, but he also wrote a lot of pulp novels like Tarzan and The Shadow and Doc Savage, stuff like that. So he's a cool one to
Heard
get.
of that.
Mostly a writer. Yeah, and there's a lot of solid guys like that coming to the show that have never been here before.
and people come in the outfits.
Costumes, yeah.
Cosplay.
Yes. We're
So
gonna
you're
have a
welcome to
ton
come
of
in
that.
cosplay, and there will be
Yes.
other people there in cosplay. You could take pictures with them.
Yes,
Yep.
there's going to be a ton of that going on, because a lot of those guys look for cheap shows that come and dress up, and we'll have I think there's a cosplay.
It's a swap, like a swap and sell.
Oh,
type
you can
of
buy costume
booth.
stuff?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
going to be people there
Oh.
selling like swords and like also like a guy that's does some kind of online cosplay swap meet kind of thing where you kind of say, I want this tunic, and then you, I guess, come to the show and pick it up, or I don't know how it works.
It's on our
but-
website.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
they can go to plasticcitycomiccon.com to find that vendor and get some information because it is
It's
like
on
a
the-
swap and exchange type of thing.
Yeah,
With
they have their own-
cosplay is a whole universe
That
of
I don't-
fun that I don't.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But you can learn more at
Yes.
the Plastic City ComicCon. Can we throw up in our last minute here the flyer once again so we can remind everyone that it's the Plastic City ComicCon that we're talking about here with Keith and Amy Gleason. Saturday, July 16th, admission is $10, except kids 12 and under are free. It's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and you can find out more information at plasticcitycomiccon.com.
Yeah. We also have the Facebook page, the Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. So one of those we'll
find
got
Plastic
you covered.
City Comic-Con on all the social medias.
Yes.
Anything you want to add before we close?
No, come down and have a good time.
Come on down to the convention. We'd love to see everybody.
All right. Fantastic. Well, I'll be there. And we hope to see you guys there too.
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to take a quick break. And then we're going to be talking with organizers from NoWoCo Pride about this year's Pride 2022 Pride Week, all the action.
Excellent opening move. We played this
opening lines for the Bishop and the Queen.
10-year-old Alice Lee. Let's see a photo of Alice Lee.
So she plays age 3.
Okay.
And we were thinking that mainly it's to make Luft, they call it.
Luft.
German for air.
At the age 8, he was also able to play blindfold, but most of his exhibitions were where he had sight of the board. And he usually played between 15 and 20 players. Yes, I think taking with the Queen. How did Carissa respond to Bishop C4?
She plays Knight F6, attacking the pawn, Jennifer's pawn.
Hello, welcome back to Discussing Fitchburg Now. Thanks for sticking around. Hey, that's it, that's us. So now we are talking with NoWoCo Pride Secretary Robyn Mayo. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, I'm so excited for the NoWoCo Pride 2022, back from the hiatus we will not discuss.
You know, we do not talk about the years that we had to do online Pride. It was one of the hardest things we've ever had to do.
I did appreciate it though.
We tried. We make it a point to be here for the community as much as we can. And again, we don't talk about what happened, but we did our best.
Yep. But the virtual Pride was really interesting and entertaining. I did a little video. I liked being a part of it, and I appreciate that it was still there. But now in 2022, we're back in person. Right? We're done with this. We're done with virtual as much as we can.
I mean,
and
we'll
we're
still
back
be
at
virtual
Riverfront Park.
if we have to do something, but we really like Riverfront Park.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the first year that we had it at River Park was what, 2019?
2019.
And it was like 127 degrees.
Yeah, that number sounds about right.
But
in centigrade, right?
but it was still very well attended for being as hot of a day as it was.
And it was our first one.
Yeah.
And we had hundreds and hundreds of people from Fitchburg and Leominster and the local area come out. It was absolutely fantastic. And not just that day, but all the events that we do leading up to our actual Pride Festival that takes place on the Saturday of, because it's a whole shebang for us.
Well, it's Pride Week. Right?
That is.
So, and I do appreciate that because there's some days that I can't make things. And so, having the opportunity to interact and, attend all sorts of different themed events is really nice.
Of course. And I mean, this year you're going to be able to bring your dog too.
Oh, for Pet Pride.
Have you heard about that? Pause up for Pride.
I like it.
I'm going to have to consult my notes.
It's at the Fitchburg Dog Park, which I'm a little bit partial to.
We are getting ahead of ourselves, though. That's our Thursday event, and we have to talk about our Wednesday events before we can get to Thursday.
Okay, so we have some pictures for the Pride. If we could start pulling those up. Oh, let's see. Oh, this one's good, but can we go to the next one? I think there's oh yeah. So this is one of our MCs.
Yes, MC. Misery is actually Fitchburg famous. If you've ever been to one of Fitchburg State University's drag shows that they usually do in April, they are fantastic. Shane Franzen is their advisor, does a fantastic job with them. Cannot plug them enough. Misery is the one that breaks a chair every year.
Yeah.
We've told her
Or
not to,
multiple
but
chairs.
She's got a thing for it. So she will be our main MC for the Saturday festival.
Mm-hmm. And what other pictures do we got in there, Nate?
I'm looking for some flag raising type
Here's
info.
a picture from 2019. Our U.S. representative, Lori Trahan, came, and we had State Representative Natalie Higgins. This picture was the flag raising at Riverfront Park. Yeah. What's next? What else we got for pictures? Let's talk with the pictures. It's like a little slideshow.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, here's some pictures of the actual 2019 event.
Yeah.
So, there's different vendors that we have at the Pride Festival.
And speaking
itself.
of different vendors, I want to call out Been There, Dump That. They have been such fantastic sponsors for us every single year. We just absolutely adore working with them.
Oh, Julie Paradise and Mike are the best. They also
really are.
donate if I need a dumpster for a Keep Fitchburg Beautiful cleanup. They're always there to donate, and they are now a Fitchburg business located right on South Street.
Yeah.
Yep, Been There, Dump That, with the bins that match, with the trash that matches my dress.
Because if you're going to be choosy about a dumpster, you should be, right?
Yeah. Can we throw this picture up on the big screen? So this was the State University. What do we
This
call
is
it?
Fitchburg State
drag
University's
night.
drag show.
The drag
Yes.
show.
Yes.
Yeah, this is this year's drag show.
It's held in their rec center every year, and it's a great fundraiser. They've got a community fund that they do and everything.
Yeah, and we can see that Anthony is here representing NoWoCo Pride on the right. Yeah. Oh, that was a good show. The circus theme.
I can imagine. I didn't get to attend this year, and I'm sad.
It was awesome. That was a good show. Yeah. So what else we got? Okay. So this is the theme of this year's Pride, right?
It is.
Together We Rise. Can you talk a little bit about what the theme is?
Absolutely. So we chose Together We Rise because, not to use the tedious Phoenix analogy, but we are kind of coming back. We had such a great first year, and then 2 years where it was a lull. And if there's one thing that we've learned throughout our time putting on Pride here in the Twin Cities area, it's that we do better when we're working together. The more people we have, not just attending, but volunteering and coming to our regular Tuesday night meetings. We are on Zoom every single Tuesday night with our volunteers from now until Pride Week. We're going every single week. So if somebody wants to get involved, that's how they do it. And so that's why we chose this theme, because we really do feel like we are just picking up and moving on better than ever before.
Mm-hmm. I like it. And where can you find out about if you want to join the Zoom meeting?
All of our information is on our website. It was just there. It's NoWoCoPride.org, spelled just like you see it on the screen here.
NoWoCoPride.org.
It stands for Northern Worcester County. It's, you got to condense the mouthful.
I like it. NoWoCo.
So go there. All of our links are there. There's links to our Facebook. There are links to sign up to volunteer with us. We have a Google form for people to fill out. We are running a special Discord server actually to coordinate our volunteers this year, so we're rolling that out. And it's not just a way for people to get plugged in with us as a volunteer, but as like part of our little community within the community, the community that serves the community.
I like it. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, so I saw in the next picture we have the NoWoCo Pride Week, that graphic. All right, so it's a whole week of events.
Correct.
And we've got little images that will trigger remind us about each event that's happening and when it's happening, right?
I do have notes on my phone in case the images forget. So for instance.
So this is the first one?
This is not the first one.
Oh, what's the first one?
So this is the Pause Up for Pride event on Thursday the 14th, but on the 13th, we're kicking off our entire Pride festivities with 4 distinct, I can't quite call them flag raisings, but ceremonies. And so I will check my notes here. In Leominster, we'll be right dead center in Leominster at the flagpole there with Mayor Dean, and we're gonna be raising the Pride flag at 10:30 a.m. on Wednesday, July 13th. From there, the board starts our mass scramble, and we switched to Fitchburg for 1 p.m. We are in the process of getting permitting resolved for it, but we hope to have Lunenburg's at 3 p.m. That'll be the second year that Lunenburg has raised the pride flag, and I was there for the first one. It was magical.
Right in the town common.
Right in the center of town where the main roads intersect. And then at 7 p.m. we're lighting Gardner City Hall with rainbow colors.
Ooh,
so
because
it's
they
just
have
this
the fancy
whole
lights
day.
at the
Yep.
City Hall.
We need those here.
Oh yeah, those are fancy.
A little jealous.
Yeah. So Wednesday starts the Pride events, and it's for the Pride flag raising.
The Pride flag, yes.
And we are raising the Pride flag in Leominster, in Fitchburg, and then in Lunenburg on Wednesday. And you could be there for that. Is there going to be like I know last year there was Frosty Flyer and some ice cream.
I cannot confirm or
We do
deny that the
anything like
Frosty
that?
Flyer will show up to that, but I can confirm that we have been in talks with them.
Nice.
I mean, they're everywhere. You can't have an event in our area without inviting them.
And is Fitchburg's at City Hall?
Fitchburg, we're going to be doing it Riverfront Park.
Riverfront Park.
Yep, we'll be raising the pride flag right over. We're going to be having the festivities later on in the week.
At 1 p.m. on July 13th.
Correct.
Love it. Oh, so then the next day on Thursday, this is it. This is the
it.
event.
And so this is going to be happening at Coolidge Park. We are going to have a trainer there that's there just to chat with, give advice. We are going to have some groomers there who are going to be offering free nail cuttings.
Ooh.
We're hoping, it's kind of in the works, I probably shouldn't talk about this on television, but we're hoping to have a little fundraiser going of creating bandanas. We're gonna have bandanas to sell, pride-themed bandanas, of course.
Like little
for
rainbow
all of the
bandanas?
pets. I mean, not just rainbow, but like rainbow pirate flags and stuff.
Oh, I
they're
like
they're
that.
really creative these days with pride decorations for pets.
Cool.
So yeah, that's
And that'll be right at the Fitchburg Dog Park, and that is from
Correct.
5 to 8 p.m. on Thursday, July 14th.
correct. And dress up your pets because there will be a parade, and we're talking about handing out prizes. We'll see if we can pull that one off.
Cool.
Cross
All
your
right.
fingers.
Awesome. And Fitchburg Dog Park's right at Coolidge Park at 198 Townsend Street in Fitchburg, if you want to put it in your GPS. All right. What's next? What's our next graphic? Ooh, drag queen story time.
Friday, so we kick things off at 3 p.m. with Drag Queen Story Time. Our very own Nikita LaFemme, pictured here, who secretly is our president, Mr. Anthony Bevenzi, but that's Clark Kent stuff. So Nikita will be there, and I don't know what books she's picked out, but I guarantee they're going to be absolutely adorable, just like they've been every other time.
Yeah, we had it at the Fitchburg Public Library the last year, and there were a lot of kids. I brought my daughter, and it was super cute.
We did. It was absolutely
And
precious.
the book themes that were chosen were really, kind of a welcoming books. You know, very open and friendly, and the theme of the story is that we are
very age appropriate.
Yes,
That's
that we
the
are.
thing.
Oh yeah, definitely age appropriate. But like, two penguins that are in love.
Always positive,
something like that.
Always happy. Just it's what you got to do for the kids, right? It's
Right,
all for
it's
them.
what you got to do in life.
It's good advice.
All right, so that one's at Strong Style Coffee, and that's at the corner of Boulder Drive and Cushing, which is no longer going to be open as a street. Will be a pedestrian plaza at this point, Friday, July 15th.
Excellent.
Yeah, and Boulder Drive, to access it, will be two-way traffic on July 15th also.
I shudder to think.
So prepare for it. It's going to be a change. And we like change, don't we?
We do.
As humans.
We definitely
Don't we like
do.
change?
I love our mini rotaries here, talking about traffic things, but I digress.
The roundabouts are actually very safe.
Amazing.
Alternatives.
Absolutely amazing. And traffic in the city has disappeared. Highest praise to the city councilors that decided that one.
I don't know about disappeared, but yes, I like them. Okay. All right, what else we got?
So once Drag Queen Story Time is over, we are going to be rushing over to set up a beautiful reception at the Fitchburg Art Museum. We did this our first year, and this year it's going to be even better. It is if I recall correctly, and don't hate me if I get the numbers wrong, a $20 suggested donation at the door for our community members. This is something we put on in large part for our sponsors. We want our sponsors, they are many and they are amazing in their support for us. We want to have a night where they can really bring their teams, their boards, their what have you, their executive teams down and meet us, and we can all mingle and just talk about doing Pride in the Twin Cities. And it's open to the community as well. We'll have one of our local artists, Ryan Markley. She's going to have a lot of her work on display there that night. We just got confirmation of that this morning.
Oh, like in the community gallery?
Yes.
Or, oh, nice.
And there will be a bunch of munchies, and it is a limited open bar as well.
So a limited open bar.
Correct.
And this is Friday night, July 15th, after the Drag Queen Storytime at Strong Style Coffee. And it'll be the Fitchburg Art Museum, which is on Elm Street. And you'll be able to see the gallery as well. And this reception is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. right at the main entrance, right in the community
Correct.
in the community room, the
Yep.
ensign room, right?
I forget what they call it. It's the gorgeous white room that's right in there when you walk in.
Yeah, with all the nice photographs.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, great. And what kind of food? What kind of food are we gonna have?
You know, I'll have to ask my fellow board member, Sally Powers, about that. She is our chef extraordinaire, and if she hasn't told you what it's going to be, you should consider yourself very lucky, because it means she's brewing up something good.
Ha! All right, sounds good. I'll eat anything, so it doesn't really matter to me.
You will when she cooks it.
Sounds good. All right, what else? What's the next one? Ooh,
Saturday.
It's the actual Pride festival. Can we put this one up on the main screen, please? There we go. So the full Pride Festival is at Riverfront Park, and that's on Saturday, July 16th. It starts at noon, and it goes all the way to 7 p.m., and there's going to be all kinds of performers and vendors and food trucks, and what else, Robyn?
Okay, now for the vendors and food trucks, I actually need to consult my notes, because we have a bunch of really fantastic acts that are coming in. We are going to have a lot of Pride events you see have a large focus, or an emphasis, I want to say, on drag queens. Our Pride's going to be a little unique. We are having 4 drag queens and 4 drag kings.
4 drag kings?
Right? You didn't even know that 4
Ooh.
drag kings existed in the drag scene, and yet they're going to be here with us.
I like it.
It's going to be absolutely fantastic. If you've only ever seen drag queens, drag kings, the energy is different. They're just so cool.
Now that's equality.
It really is.
All right.
So we are going to be having them. Our headliners are going to be Merrick Brandon Henry and Snow
Merrick
Day.
Henry. He's
I see
the
we
best.
have a fan. So we'll have Snow Day and Mama Killsmith, and our closing act is going to be Quam once again, Queers with a Mission.
Oh.
You may remember
Queers
them as the
with a
dance
Mission.
group from our first year in 2019 that just absolutely brought the
With
park
like the neon
down.
colors.
They were fantastic.
So it's a dance group, and then
Yep.
Merrick Henry, is it just him, or does he have his team too?
You're going to have to be surprised,
He's quite.
because I'll be surprised too. and
What
I'm
I
in
know about
charge.
Merrick Henry is he puts on a big show and lots of costume
Absolutely.
changes.
But besides just what's taking place on the stage for entertainment, we're also going to have a whole slew of elected officials who are coming out to read proclamations. The mayor of Fitchburg usually comes down and reads a proclamation from the city. We are going to have several different presenters' speeches. I think we're having some spoken word artists come in, but I can't
nice.
confirm that. We are going to have tons of wonderful vendors. I cannot stress it enough.
Anything good? What do we got?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. I haven't been doing vendor registration. That has been on Anthony, actually. We divide and conquer, so.
And we'll have food trucks?
Absolutely.
You know what food trucks we're going to have?
Not off the top of my head yet.
Because I'm getting hungry.
Look, if I could tell you X, Y, and Z food trucks would be there, trust me, I would.
All right, but we will have food trucks. There'll be lots of vendors selling, a lot of handmade items, and then there'll be a lot of other organizations there to represent as well, that you can learn more about what they do in the Worcester County area.
I like to say we take a lot of inspiration from our Civics Days celebrations, because they're just so fantastic and family friendly. So you are going to find not just vendors, but we usually have people who set up like kid zones with coloring books, etc., things for kids to take home. You know, it's kind of like a Fitchburg tradition. We got to get in on it, right? And yeah, a lot of it is also community mental health resources, just community resources in general. I know that Community Health Connections is going to have representatives from their clinics down there. I know they're going to be handing out materials, but I can't recall them off the top of my head. You know, it's just a repeating theme when you're on a board, right?
Support groups, learn about different support groups that are in the area and other resources.
Of course, our biggest sponsor is Luck Inc. They're our primary sponsor. They're kind of our parent organization. They are absolutely wonderful. They'll be there as well. It's just, this is your one-stop shop for the queer community to come down and get plugged in. Whether you're getting plugged in with us as a Pride chapter or all the fantastic local orgs, the local businesses that are there to support us, this is your opportunity.
And it's right in downtown Fitchburg, which you'll be able to get there two-way traffic to get there at Riverfront Park also. So keep that in mind. Well, I want to stress it to everyone so they remember because it's changing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the Saturday, July 16th from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m., all kinds of stuff going on, and there's no charge to get into the Pride Festival,
Absolutely
right?
not.
You can come and go at your leisure.
Correct. Yep, come for the whole day. You want to show up at noon, don't leave until 7 o'clock. You want to help us break down? Cool. You want to show up for an hour because that's all your spoons and your energy will let you do? Do that too. That's cool.
Should you bring like your own chairs if people want to stay all day?
We will have seating, but I will, and I cannot stress this enough, Riverfront Park is not a park with a lot of trees, and it's July. So come prepared accordingly. Bring some extra water, bring your sunscreen, bring a hat. If you feel like you're going to need a chair in whatever the weather is forecasted for that day, absolutely do it. I will be bringing a chair for myself and everyone that I'm dragging along with me, for they are many.
And is there a rain date, or is this rain or shine?
This is going to be rain or shine.
Awesome. I like it. All right.
When you're planning it this big, you can't.
And the High Heel Dash is on Sunday?
Sunday. So
and this is for our male elected officials? Is that the theme?
I don't want to limit this by gender. We're Pride. We can't be like, oh, it's for our male elected officials.
Well, I kind of have an advantage, Robyn. Okay, I would crush them.
I would crush them too.
Totally crush them.
Absolutely, because I know how to run in heels. But if, look, you know, if the most stereotypical mask-presenting lesbian comes up and is like, I want to be in the high heel dash too. I've never worn heels. There's comedy gold right there. And the whole point is just comedy gold.
Right.
If it's our elected officials, cool. If it's someone who, you know, cool.
I like it.
Just have
I
fun.
like it. Yep. I mean, if it's someone that wears heels all the time, we should probably give them like, you know, weighted vest or something to.
Well, I mean,
You know,
let's
just to make
just
it
put it this way.
fair.
If somebody wears heels all the time, we're betting on these horses that are going to be racing in their heels. And that's the point. This is a fundraiser first and foremost. So you've got to take a look at the competition and decide which one you want your money on.
I like it. All right.
Yeah, all proceeds raised will go towards our newly established community fund so we can give back to local businesses here in the Twin Cities.
Nice.
So that'll kick us off.
And that is on Sunday, July 17th, the High Heel Dash, which potentially we'll see some funny people doing high heel dashes at 1 p.m. and that's at River Styx. So right at 166, 168 Boulder Drive.
Right out front of River Styx. And right after that, if you can move to the next slide, we move right into our Higher Love Tea Dance. This will be our closing ceremony. We didn't want to just do something that's too stereotypically, we have a ceremony and then we're done and we all go home. We wanted to ease out of Pride weekend and just mingle and have a good time. And so we made it a tea dance in part because a lot of people in the community don't get to dress up and go to something, you know, a fancy type thing on a Sunday afternoon. And so this is your chance to come out and be yourself in the community as we close down our festivities.
So Sunday, July 17th from 3 to 6 p.m. is the closing event, which is a tea dance. Now, can you tell me, Robyn, what a tea dance is? Because whenever I go to Provincetown with my buddies, they're always like, oh, we're going to the tea dance. And I never really figured out exactly what that was. What is a tea dance? What does that mean? Do you drink tea?
Do you want to hear like a horrible gay secret? I've never been to a tea dance, and I don't know either.
Really?
Really.
There's no. No,
Hey,
we don't know.
one
we
of us
can
can't
speculate.
speak for the whole
Can
community.
we speculate?
Oh, we could totally speculate.
Like, okay, they drink tea and
I
they
mean,
dance with
that's a
their
very-
pinkies out.
It's Provincetown, so drinking tea with your pinkies out is a very like gay dude thing to do.
Right. That's what I'm.
If
that's
we're
what I
gonna like
picture.
lean into the stereotype, which I
did.
try not to do, but you know, I mean, maybe it's like a bubble dance, but it's tea instead of, I don't know. I couldn't even begin to understand what goes through the minds
But you
of
know,
them.
I bet a lot of people watching are like, oh, duh, you guys don't know
Yeah,
what a tea dance
these
is.
dummies, they don't
Okay,
know what they're talking about. My
but-
board president is going to be sitting watching this interview going, why did I send her?
Kind of Sam don't know what tea dance is. Well, there will be a tea dance, and you can learn all about it. Like
It's-
we're going to.
I mean, it's
'cause
going to
it'll
be a
my first tea
semi-formal
dance.
dance at River Styx. What
Oh,
more can you ask for?
That's a good. No, that's a good point that you just made. What should I wear?
I mean, my personal preference is you wear whatever you want to wear. That's what we tell everybody. Wear what you're comfortable in.
Okay, but it's semi-formal.
I mean,
Business casual.
we're not going to be prescriptive. If somebody doesn't
well,
like
you
semi-formal
know.
garb, I mean, look, you and I are sitting here and we're like, okay, we're going to dress to the nines, but not everybody's like us, and that's okay.
Okay.
So show up as you are. If you want to get fancy, this is your opportunity to get fancy, though.
Okay.
But no pressure.
But you know, you have a suggested dress code, then you kind of know where your boundaries are. You know, where your limits.
I mean,
You know, like
we're a
maybe you don't come in a tux.
We're a
but
family
maybe you
friend-
don't come in jorts.
I-
Just saying.
I mean, I don't want to say I'll personally throw people out who are wearing jorts, but
hey, Robyn, I got a pair of jorts. My husband makes fun of me. All right.
Your
That's
husband's
fine.
right.
I'm like, I'm super cool. Okay, so
That's it.
so these are the Pride events.
that's the Pride events
This is NoWoCo
in
Pride
some
Week.
strange particular order.
Yes, it starts Wednesday, July 13th with the flag raisings in Leominster, then Fitchburg, then Lunenburg. Then we're doing the pet pride and all
Paws
the,
up for Pride on Thursday at Coolidge
all-
Dog Park. Yes.
all the pride events we just mentioned. All right, and you can find out more about NoWoCo Pride at nowocopride.org.
.org.
Can we put this up on the main screen too so that we can just remember that website again? That's nowocopride.org. And the website really is very informative. All the events are listed there. There's
Everything.
links to, you know, for
It's your one-stop shop to figure out what we as a chapter are doing for our region.
yeah, the website's well put together.
I will pass on the compliments to the chef.
Oh, good.
He'll
Thank
be
you.
appreciative.
Okay, so Robyn, is there anything else that we want to mention?
The only thing I want to mention is get involved. Come talk to us. Hit us up via the website, fill out the volunteer form. Come be a part of the community because, and I say this with all seriousness, you can go to Pride and attend Pride, and it's one thing. But if you really want to attend Pride, join the family. That's when you're going to get the true experience, hands down.
All
So
right.
come talk to us.
So come volunteer, maybe for 2023.
We don't bite. No, 2022.
Oh, you can volunteer still for 2022?
Absolutely. It's
All
still
right.
a month away.
All right.
You kidding me? We know how to put people to work lickety split.
Sounds good. Okay. All right. Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much, Robyn, for coming on. And thank you for watching at home. Actually, Kanisha Coy is not able to make it today, unfortunately, but she's going to reschedule for another week. So this is going to be the end of the show. So thank you for watching Discussing Fitchburg Now, right on FATV, my #1 favorite television station. And we will see you next time. All right?